Hi, welcome to Party Food Hero. I'm Aaron. Today we're going to be making a dessert for our video. So we're going to be making lemon bars. They are delicious. They are a little tart. They are sweet. They are a crowd pleaser. So very easy to make. Let's go check it out. Here are the ingredients for the most amazing lemon bars you are ever going to have. We have it separated into the filling and the crust. Filling on the left, crust on the right. First thing you want to do is make your crust. So what we're going to do is we're going to sift the flour, make it as fine as possible. And that is important when you're baking pretty much anything. So there you go. And we're just, for good measure, we'll throw the sugar in there as well. Not totally necessary, but it's already ready to be sifted, so whatever. All right, and we're gonna add a little bit of salt, same reasoning, and then we're just gonna sift it. Make a nice, fine, dry ingredients. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna throw in our chilled butter. You don't want this to be room temperature, you want it to be cold. So what I do is we cube them up and then leave them in the refrigerator while we are getting all the other ingredients ready. That way they are perfectly cold when you incorporate it into the other dry ingredients. This will leave you with a nice, flaky, delicious crust that pairs just very well with these lemon bars. And however you want to do it, you can incorporate the butter. We have this neat little butter incorporator, I believe is the technical name for it. But if you wanted to, you could use your hands if you want to get a little dirty. But you're just going to mix it all together until it looks like this. Nice and incorporated. You don't have to worry about it being completely mixed together. You're not making a dough here. You're making a crust. So that is what it needs to look like. And now we're going to prepare the pan. These lemon bars cook best in a glass casserole dish or whatever you want to call that. And we had a few issues with the crust sticking to the pan. So we go a little crazy making sure that the crust does not stick. So the first thing we do is we put the butter down, which is not for not making things stick. It's actually so the parchment paper that we put on next is easier to adhere to the glass dish. So you can skip this step if you want, but this is what works for us. And then we don't have any issues with anything sticking at the end. So butter it up and then put on some parchment paper, or don't. It's totally up to you. So you put your parchment paper down and then you butter it again. Listen, you can never have enough butter. Well, I guess you probably could, but butter's always a good thing when you are baking. So there you go. And like I said, totally up to you if you want to do it this way or not. Works for us. Turns out great. So this is why we do the, I guess, double butter method. I might have just made that up, but there you go. Butter up your parchment paper just to be extra sure that it is not going to stick, and got a little extra buttery crust. You're welcome. Now you're going to add in your crust real gently, like spread it out all even. And then what you're going to do after you get that all in there is very carefully, you're going to kind of just level it out and then press it down so that it forms a crust. And this is almost like a cookie crust. It's really good. It's obviously not super sweet, but it pairs very, very well with the lemon bar filling. So just press it down and you are G2G, good to go. And then you're gonna throw this in the oven or gently place it in the oven, whatever your preference is. And then you're gonna let that bake for 20 minutes. And while that's happening, let's make the filling. All right, so you're gonna take your beaten eggs and then you are going to add in sugar, and just mix it all in together. Okay, so what makes a giant difference with these lemon bars is fresh lemon juice, fresh lemon zest. I don't know, maybe you could buy lemon zest. I don't know, maybe, I'm sure you can. But that makes a huge difference. We've made these before in a pinch and used the lemon juice. You just get in those little, I don't know, containers, the little yellow containers, the lemon juice concentrate, whatever that is, does not turn out as good. So the other nice thing about this too, you can make this as tart or sweet as you like. We feel this is a good balance of sweetness and tartness, but if you want it to be more tart, add more lemon juice, add more lemon zest. If you want to scale it back, scale it back. As far as tartness goes. Now you're going to add in your flour and mix that all in together as well. Turning the bowl if you like. It's up to you. Your mixing preference is totally up to you. As long as it's all incorporated, you'll be ready. Now you're going to add in that lemon zest. And that's probably the main thing that makes this really good, is that lemon zest just makes a giant difference in the lemony flavor. It's a lemon bar. It's supposed to be lemony. So if you don't like the flavor of lemon, you probably shouldn't make lemon bars. But these are, oh my gosh, these are so good. So mix that all up together really well, and then you're going to add it to your pre-cooked crust, and then you are good to go. So we remove the crust from the oven and let it cool for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And then we're gonna add in the filling and do that very carefully. It'll splash. So just kind of add it in nice and gently. And as long as you have a level table or island or countertop, it should self-level. And I like, there's always a little bit of the lemon zest left in there, and I like to get all that lemon zest and put it in there because you worked hard zesting those lemons. So don't sell yourself short. Then after it's baked in the oven, it'll have just a tiny jiggle to it is when you know it's going to be done. I'm going to try and show it here. See a little bit of a jiggle, kind of hard to tell. But so you're done. And then you cut them up. And then before you serve them, you dust them with a little bit of powdered sugar using your sifter. All right, now for my favorite part of the video, I get to eat the food. Now, as you could tell, it was easy to make these. Not a lot of ingredients. You do want to use freshly squeezed lemon juice. It makes a giant difference. We've used the lemon juice that you just buy at the store. Not as good. So, fresh lemons, that's the key. And add as much or as little as you want. How we have it is kind of perfect for our taste, but some people like it more tart, less tart. We have it at, I think, a good balance of tart to sweetness. The crust is delicious, but let's give this a try. I'm gonna do a little piece because it's not my cheat day, so I get to do a little tiny piece. But guess what? I've had this many times, so I know how delicious it is. Here we go. Okay, so it's very lemony. It's called a lemon bar. It should taste lemony. It gets your jowls salivating, if that's the right term. I don't know. But you just get that kind of tingling in your jowls and so good. And then you get the, it starts with the nice and tartness, and it goes sweet, and then you get the really good crust. I'm not a giant crust person, but this crust is really, really good, and it pairs just perfectly with the filling. Yeah, definitely make this for your next party. It's delicious. Your people, whoever they are, whether they live at your home or you're inviting them over, they're gonna love it. So make it for the next party that you're doing, or make it for yourself. So if you learned something new, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe.
check out all the other videos we have. We have a ton of different videos on delicious foods that you can make for your parties. Don't forget, go check us out on Instagram at Party Food Hero. Go to the website, partyfoodhero.com. It has all of the recipes, all the everything that you need. It's searchable, so if you're looking for a particular type of recipe, you can just search right at the beginning. But yeah, I am not going to finish this because it's not Saturday. So I will have my wife finish it, but I wish I could because that little bite was absolutely delicious. But here we go. Okay, so don't forget, be the Party Food Hero. I wish I could eat it. I really do. Save it for the children when they come home from school. Good day.
Be the Party Food Hero.
So good.